Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. This is a long-awaited event idea video that I've been wanting to do for a while now, but been very busy. But finally, I can bring it to you. And this is a heaven event. So, just like we got a hell event a couple years ago, obviously for Halloween. Actually, I say couple, it was more than, well, one and a bit, 1 year and a few months ago. We got a hell event, obviously. This is a heaven event based entirely on heaven. I think this could be a nice sequel to that, and I've tried to design it as a sequel to that, and there will be one non-heaven themed item making or combo making an appearance, but it's only to tie into the story, and I think it works quite well, so let's get into it. I'm actually really happy with this event. So, Old Scratch, he's back, and he's got a new plan. He's taken over heaven now. God has gone off on vacation to Mars. Reverend Lovejoy, Flanders, and Homer see a sign from Jesus that Old Scratch is coming to take over heaven, and they need to help stop it. Make Homer, Flanders, and Lovejoy pray to God to come off vacation, and this will unlock the event. The 4 act currencies will be clipboards, or holy clipboards, I forget what I called it, halos, harps, angel wings, and then there will be some tappables, and that will be angels. I know these guys aren't angels, but I couldn't find a good picture. Super Premium. There's going to be a Super Premium item. It's going to be William Shakespeare for $8.99. Cash, either dollars or pounds, and it's going to come with the stack of donuts. Now, this version of William Shakespeare is actually from the Simpsons game, which, of course, was a separate game entirely, but Tapped Out has taken stuff from that game before, so I think it's entirely plausible that we could get William Shakespeare in the game, and this version of him in particular, the heavenly version of him. So yeah, that's my super premium item, William Shakespeare. Act 1 store, boom. Heaven needs a hero. So in the store for Act 1 will be the golden escalator to heaven, with Hortense Simpson for 150 donuts. So this will just be a large elevator, probably quite similar to the escalator to nowhere. And I know it's kind of like, it'd be a bit annoying, but basically it'd be a long escalator that essentially just like goes into some clouds. You don't see where it, goes to. It just kind of vanishes through some clouds. And then like along the sides of it going up, there'll be like a few other clouds with, it could have like various like items on it, but it's gonna have like clouds on the side just so Hortense can have her tasks there. Of course, Hortense is, I think, the great aunt to Homer, I think, or something like that. Or yeah, I think it's his great aunt. I think it's his granddad's sister. I was gonna say brother then. Yeah, I think so. Obviously, the escalator to escalator to heaven. The golden escalator to heaven also had Orville Simpson on it, I think, as well, or was it all I don't even know. It was one of those anyway, and it also had like Snowball 1, but yeah, it's just a cool escalator, and it comes with Hortense Simpson, or it could come with Hortense Simpson. Anyway, the quest line for Act 1. God doesn't respond to their prayers, but Jesus does, telling Ned, Lovejoy, and Homer everything that is happening. Jesus tells them he doesn't know when Old Scratch is coming with his army, but they could really do with some reinforcements. They all agree to guard the gates with St. Peter, so you make Homer, Ned, and Lovejoy guard the heavenly gates, make Jesus run heaven, make Springfielders earn golden clipboards, and you tap some angels, and you unlock the gates of heaven. So, this will be the gates of heaven, so it'll be it'll probably have to be on a cloud, I presume, but it'll be a large gate, basically, with the golden gates, and there'll be like a little stand here that says St. Peter on it, and this is where St. Peter will sit for his animations. Moving on, the men slowly stay guard for ages. Marge visits the men with Bart, Lisa, and to give Homer some snacks, and as they do, Marge explores heaven with the kids, commenting how good it is. So you make Homer, Lovejoy, and Flanders try stay awake guarding, make Marge, Bart, and Lisa explore heaven, make Springfielders earn golden clipboards, tap angels, and this will unlock the heavenly showroom, which you can see here. So this will be a building that you will unlock. Again, I'm like debating whether or not these should be like on top of clouds or not. I think the only reason why I say they probably should be on top of clouds is it kind of is consistent. So let's just say they'll all be on top of clouds. Yeah, why not? But yeah, you get the heavenly showroom. Did it obviously does appear with the Andre thing when he takes Homer around, but in the decoration we have, Heaven, the one that we got in the Gills deal, that does not actually include the showroom, nor does it include these other two things. So I figured we could just get it as a separate building. Lisa says how good the shows are in Heaven, and Marge comments about how good the free pedigree is. It's by far better than anything she's got in Springfield. Hortense visits Homer too, and Homer is confused. She just looks like just like Marge. Hortense tells Homer that he doesn't need to guard the gates. There's safety measures in place. Jesus is just afraid and wants to impress his father whilst he's away. So you make Homer explore Heaven, make Lovejoy and Flanders stick to guard duty, make Marge show off her pedigree, make Lisa and Bart have fun at Heaven, make Jesus try to impress his father, and make Springfielders earn golden clipboards, and this one will unlock the pedigree hut. So yeah, you just have this as a building, again, just on a cloud. And these two, I'd say, would be buildings. This one would obviously be kind of small, but yeah, it could still be cool. Homer is shown around Heaven by Hortense and goes back to Lovejoy and Ned, encouraging them to try out the water slide. They are both adamant to protect Heaven and support Jesus, but Homer calls them chickens to get them to slip. To get them to slip when St. Peter isn't looking. They do slip away with Homer. Somehow Ned, for some weird reason, decides to. I don't know. Homer tricks him somehow. So you make Ned, Lovejoy, and Homer try out the water slide. Make Bart, Marge, and Lisa watch Homer slide down the water slide. Tap Angels. Make Springfielders earn golden clipboards. And this will unlock the unopened Heavenly Water Slide. Again, it'll be like it'll look like this, but then it'll just be kind of like on a cloud, surrounded by a cloud. But yeah, pretty cool. I think this one could just be a decoration, considering it's unopened. I think that it's fair that this would be a decoration and not a building. And then the three men return back to see that Old Scratch and his demons hold St. Peter hostage, telling them to open the gates. St. Peter tells the men not to, under any circumstances. Instead, Old Scratch tells Homer he can have a lot of donuts if he opens them. Homer tells Lovejoy and Ned not to worry, there's safety measures in place, and he's going to get some free donuts. So you make Homer open the gates, make Flanders and Lovejoy shake in fear, make Old Scratch enter Heaven, make Marge, Lisa, and Bart not know what's going on, tap 15 Angels, make Springfielders earn golden clipboards. You unlock St. Peter, and at the end, you find out the Old Scratch has he's kicked Jesus to earth, and he's sad. He's sad because his dad's going to hate him now. I completely forgot to include Jesus in like the latter half of this quest line, so I do apologize. He just doesn't show up anymore. But Jesus gets kicked down to earth, and now he's like, oh, damn, my dad's going to be so pissed. So, of course, you get St. Peter as a full playable character. Definitely long awaited. Would be very cool to get him. It was surprising he wasn't added in a previous update, to be honest, like the Clash of Creeds one, for example. But yeah, so you get, so far, William Shakespeare, Hortense, St. Peter, and then obviously you saw it briefly there. There's going to be a Guilds deal in Act 2, and that's the Heaven HQ with Steve Mobs for 150. Well, actually, this would probably be 200 donuts. For 200 donuts, Heaven HQ with Steve Mobs. So you get this really cool looking building. Really, it could be big, massive, look awesome. And of course, you get Steve Mobs with it. Very cool character, definitely long awaited. Definitely would need him in the game. He is a parody of obviously Steve Jobs, but would still be awesome to get him. And also, Religious Favors is Act 2. And in Act 2 store will be Hindu Heaven with Krishna for 150 donuts. So yeah, you get this really cool building. Again, it will have to be on top of a cloud. But you also get Krishna as a full playable character. Very cool. Obviously, Krishna shows up right outside, so makes sense. And the questline. Homer demands to know where his donuts are, but Old Scratch refuses, saying it was all a lie. Homer is upset. Old Scratch takes his place on the heavenly throne, but his demons ask, when is the boss coming up? Old Scratch says they have things to do before he can come up. First of all, round up all the residents. St. Peter ushers the Simpsons, Ned, and Lovejoy, telling them they need to get help to the Jewish heaven. So you make St. Peter, Marge, Bart, Lisa, Homer, Ned, Lovejoy go to the Jewish heaven. Tap Angels, make Springfielders earn halos, and this will unlock the Jewish heaven's gates. So yeah, you get these gates as a decoration. Again, they'll have to be similar to the thing. I'm just wondering if it'd be a good idea to have like some form of fence that you could add, maybe like a heavenly fence, and it could be on like a cloud. That could be like an actual bonus thing, because I think that way you can actually have gates around your heaven. Maybe that might be a good idea actually. So instead, you'd have like a little heavenly wall, that's added to the store for cash, maybe, because that way you could actually incorporate these gates a little better, I think. Yeah, why not? I'm going to say there's going to be a heavenly war in the store. The group speak to the rabbi, Yahweh. Oh, by the way, Yahweh also went out with God to go to Mars. They went as friends. But he tells them the Jews are all staying out of this. So they ask Krishna for help instead. And he responds, telling them that the Hindus are also wanting to stay out of this too. St. Peter begs them. They gave them a place in heaven after all, but they say no. So you make St. Peter give up and move into Jewish heaven. Make Marge, Bart, Lisa, Homer, Ned, and Lovejoy try to convince St. Peter to help. Make Old Scratch rule heaven for now. And make Springfielders earn halos. And this will unlock the Ebbets Field. I know it's kind of loosely tied in, but yeah, you get this Ebbets Field that appears in the Jewish heaven in the episode. Again, it doesn't appear in the actual Jewish heaven that we have, so this can be added as a separate item. Lovejoy and Ned have had enough of just sitting around, and they begin to lambast the lambast. That's meant to be lambast, not lampast. Lambast the Hindus and Jews, saying they need to stand up and fight Old Scratch. They mention Jesus, and the rabbi says, "No, that name is forbidden," and they're told they must leave. So make Flanders and Lovejoy be escorted out. Make the rabbi Christoscopy kick out Ned and Lovejoy. Tap angels and make Springfielders earn halos, and this will unlock the heavenly security guards. So you get these guys. They'll be on like the little quad bikes. Well, you just get one, and when you tap him, he'll basically rev up the quad bike essentially. So it's like kind of like a crowd, kind of like a. Actually, no, screw it. No, this can be an NPC. Actually, no. Yeah, fine. This is an NPC. It'll be this guy on the security quad bike, and he's just driving around your town. No, yeah. The NPC would be way better for that. Marge tells Homer they have to do something, or there might not be a heaven for them to go to. Homer asks around and finds Steve Mobs at the Heaven HQ. He tells Homer there might be a person who will rally the other religions to help. Homer tries to find that person, trying to find this leader. So you make Homer, Marge, Bart, and Lisa search for a leader around Jewish heaven, make Steve Mobs answer questions, make Old Scratch rule with an iron fist, make Springfielders earn halos, tap angels, and you unlock Oys Are Us. Again, another building. It'll be like on a cloud. It appears in Jewish heaven. So, yeah. Homer sees Golda Meir raise concerns with the rabbi, but she's shut down pretty quickly. Lisa visits her saying how she's an inspiration and convinces her to step up and rally everyone to help. She caves and agrees. So you make Lisa, Homer, Marge, and Bart listen to Golda Meir, rally everyone, and make Springfielders earn halos, tap angels, and you unlock Golda Meir as a full playable character. If you don't know who Golda Meir is, she's like a former president for Israel. Is it president or prime minister? I forget. President, I think. I think it's president. Or prime minister or president, whatever it is. Former one of them. She actually appears fairly often. Like, you can see her here. She's in the Jewish heaven here. But she appears in the episode where the celebrities kind of come from heaven and invade Earth as well. So she actually appears fairly often in heaven and in like a heaven setting. So I think it makes sense to have her be a full playable character. She's been dead. She's a real life person, but she's been dead for a fair while. So I don't see why they would have an issue adding her, especially considering she appears in The Simpsons a lot when they kind of pan to heaven anyway. So, Act 3, the famous go to heaven, celebrity heaven with John Wayne for 150 donuts. That's right. Figured why not have John Wayne? Again, another real life celebrity, but he's dead in real life, so, and he's been dead for a while, so I think they could probably get away with it. Also, so many other mediums have like added John Wayne to a story. Like, I don't know, he's almost like a legendary figure. So, yeah. Anyway, celebrities go to heaven. Here we go. So, now the Simpsons have Golda Meir on their side, rallying the non-Christians. They decide to confront Old Scratch and take back heaven. St. Peter leading the charge alongside Golda. However, as they reach the gates, they are stopped by John Wayne, who totes a gun. He tells them that the celebrities have been recruited by Old Scratch, and they're all godless idol worshippers, or at least that's how the public treated them, so they've just embraced it. They're also allowed to preach their films in church and marry who they want to, so you make celebrities worship celebrities, make Homer, Marge, Bart, and Lisa back off, make St. Peter curse the celebrities, and make John Wayne fire warning shots, make Springfielders earn halos, tap angels, oh god, and you unlock the Springfield Wedding Chapel. So in the episode, there's like where the celebrities invade Earth. There's like this pan-off scene where I think they marry Lincoln and Washington, and it's like a mockery, and the celebrities are like, they're making a mockery of us. And it was in this like little chapel here, and they referenced it as Springfield Wedding Chapel. So I decided to include it here. Yeah, it's kind of cool looking. You know, it's just a nice little quaint chapel. But it appears in the episode, so I figured why not throw it in there. Homer tells the non-Christians they should just go head-to-head with the celebrities and start an all-out war, but St. Peter is against this. God wouldn't be happy. Instead, they should do God's plan of just starting a rapture. Marge thinks that's far worse, but St. Peter says God was planning it to do it anyway once TikTok reached a certain engagement figure. Anyway, and only 100 more people need to sign up for that to happen anyway, so it's all good. So you make St. Peter plan for the rapture, make Marge complain about the rapture, make Bart and Lisa delete their TikTok account, make Springfielders head to Rapture Hill ×3, and make Springfielders earn harps, and this will unlock Rapture Hill. Yeah, I had to reference TikTok, okay. Here's Rapture Hill. So this is where Homer goes to during the rapture, where he thinks there's going to be a rapture. He goes on top of this big mound. I guess it's not really a hill, it's more of a cliff, but whatever you want to call it. Cliff, hill, mound, whatever. This big thing anyway. Old Scratch soon puts an end to the rapture plan, telling St. Peter and the others he knew that they'd try that old trick, and Old Scratch is not going to let that one happen. St. Peter, Homer, and the others are out of options now, and Lisa points out that if the celebrities are out of the way, then they'd be able to easily beat Old Scratch and his demons. This gives Marge an idea. Celebrities hate each other, at least according to her gossip sites. If they can find a celeb who hates John Wayne, maybe they can change who the celebs support in heaven, in this heavenly war. So you make Marge research which celebrities hates... hang on. Make Marge research which celebrities hate which. Make Lisa, Bart, and Homer spy on celebrity heaven. Make John Wayne rally these celebs. Make Old Scratch put an end to the rapture. Make Springfielders earn harps. Tap angels, and you unlock the heavenly TV, which is right here. Very cool looking. Marge learns there is one celebrity who doesn't like John Wayne and who is more popular himself, and plus he lives on the outskirts of heaven anyway. Marge suggests they visit him. Oh, by the way, it's Elvis. So you make Lisa, Bart, Homer, Marge, and St. Peter track down Elvis and make Springfielders earn harps, unlocks the heaven house reserved for Elvis. So this is, again, another thing from the Simpsons game. If you didn't see, you can tell there. Yeah, it's just kind of off to the side, but it says reserved for Elvis, so I figured this is where Elvis lives. So I figured, why not? The gang visit Elvis and ask him for their help. He's so fussed on it. He's not fussed on it, but when Homer lies saying John Wayne is claiming to be the new king of rock, Elvis says he's going to help him, and he convinces all the celebrities to join him. So you make Bart, Homer, Marge, Lisa, St. Peter storm heaven, make Springfielders earn harps, tap angels, you unlock Elvis, alright? Full playable character. This is the itchy and scratchy version of him. I kind of just prefer this one to the real life version, but they'll probably add the real life version, but I decided to showcase this one, because why not? Yeah, Elvis would be pretty cool, and John Wayne, two celebrities. Boom, Act 4, let's go. We're here. We're doing it. Act 4, Heavenly Last Stand. And the premium item is going to be Hell with Satan. Alright? We've got stuff that is from hell before, but like we have a heaven, we have a Jewish heaven in the game already. We don't have a hell. We just have things in hell. Like we have the Hellscape, we have the Hell School. We don't have a hell, just a blanket hell. So I propose they give us a hell, alright? And basically what this hell will be is you'll have the golden escalator, or whatever you want to call it, escalator, slide, whatever it is, and they'll basically make it, this is how I just decide they do it, okay? Make it so it kind of, you know how people like do designs, right? Where they make something look like it's indented in the ground. So they make something look like it's going, you know, deeper and deeper and deeper by like just how they angle their designs. I want them to kind of do that with this, right? Angle it so it looks like it is really, really far down. And then right at the bottom, you can just see like the fire, the damnation, the demons, all of it. And yeah, I just think that will be like, that would just be just so cool if they could do that. And then make it big, make it large. Don't make it something puny and small. I want it to be like really, really awesome looking. And then that will be hell for $150. And of course it will come with Satan. And you might be saying, well, we've already got the devil. Well, yeah, we do have the devil, which is Mo, the Mo version of the devil, and we have Old Scratch, who is the I don't know, I guess the dweeby devil. But there's another one, and it's this guy, and I'd say this guy's more like prominent, this version. So I'm just gonna call this one Satan, because that way we've used a different name. We've got the devil for the Mo one, we've got Old Scratch for Old Scratch, who, I mean, he is just the devil before that, but we've got Old Scratch, that name for him, and so for this guy, it will be Satan. Or if they want to, Lucifer or Satan, either one, but I'd just say Satan, because it sounds more menacing. Anyway, the Simpsons, St. Peter, the celebs, and the non-Christians storm the gates, defeat the demons, and manage to take over the Catholic heaven. They're close to taking back the whole of heaven when suddenly Satan arrives, thanking Old Scratch for running the ship for him. He tells the army to leave. He is far too powerful to defeat, so you make Marge, Homer, Lisa, Bart, St. Peter go on the defensive, make Satan show off his powers, make Springfielders earn angel wings, tap angels, and you unlock the Catholic heaven. So again, this will just be would this be a building? I don't know. I think, yeah, the issue is we're going to have 3 buildings in a row otherwise. Screw it, why not? That'll be nice. Yeah, let's say that this is a building. So this could be like this could be a building, why not? The gang, I mean, it's all fictional anyways, it's not like this is an actual event, but the gang managed to keep a hold of the gates of heaven and the Catholic heaven, and they hold Satan back, but Satan has a plan to expel them all. He tells them he's learned a trick or two from God's plagues, and unleashes hordes of Bart Jr.'s spawn on them. So you make Satan release frogs, make Bart try to tame the frogs, make Homer, Marge, Lisa, and St. Peter dodge frogs, make Springfielders earn angel wings, and you unlock Frog Heaven as a building. Yeah, I really like this with the little frogs on the clouds. That could be really cool. With the frogs now tamed, the demons defeated, Old Scratch on his last legs. They just have Satan to deal with, and they can get the rest of heaven back for good. So you make St. Peter condemn Satan, make Goldemir rally the non-Christians, make Elvis rally the celebs, make Homer, Marge, Bart, and Lisa fight Satan, make Satan fight to keep heaven, make Old Scratch recover from his wounds, make Springfielders earn angel wings, tap angels, and you unlock Protestant heaven, which is right here. Very cool. And this one was like really terrible to like tie in the garage, but basically I thought they've really claimed most of heaven, but Satan proves to be too powerful for all of them combined. But Homer has a plan. He knows someone who can holy the shit out of Satan, Ned. But St. Peter declares that sadly Ned can't enter heaven now until he dies, since he was kicked out before by the rabbi. Homer says that's a stupid rule, but Hortense points out that there is one way to negate it. He needs to be made a saint. St. Peter thinks, screw it, sure thing. But in return, Homer must give all of Ned's possessions back, aka the entire garage. So you make Homer sign up over his garage to Ned, make Ned be teleported to heaven, make St. Peter declare Ned a saint, make Ned battle Satan, make Satan battle Ned, make Marge, Lisa, and Bart root for Ned, make Springfielders earn angel wings, and this will unlock the heavenly garage. But actually, with the whole Ned with his words and repents and threats and damnation is able to beat Satan, I want to change it. Instead, Ned's like about to defeat him. Ned gets defeated though. He's not quite powerful enough, and then Jesus comes out of nowhere and saves the day. So we can tie Jesus back into it. But anyway, yeah, they beat Satan, but Satan has one last dig. Mud makes a good wife. Why not? God suddenly returns with Yahweh from his vacation and sees the destruction and chaos. He sends Satan and Old Scratch back to hell and asks, "What the hell has gone on?" What the hell's gone on to St. Peter and Jesus, I guess. St. Peter tries to explain but can't, and God tells him he won't be third in command anymore. Jesus asks if he will be now, but God shuts him down quickly too. He is a new man for the job. So make God promote Aurora Mazda to number 3, make Satan go back to hell, make St. Peter try to answer questions, try to explain the situation, I guess. Make Ned try to get recognized by God, make Homer, Marge, Bart, and Lisa avoid confrontation with God, make Springfielders earn angel wings, tap angels, and you unlock Aurora Mazda. Ahura? Is it Ahura? Ahura Mazda? Anyway, the Zoroastrian, whatever you say it. The guy of that, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, the epilogue. The Simpsons return home from heaven, happily knowing that Satan was stopped. However, they have a guest. Saint Peter. God's banned him from heaven for 777 days. So you make Saint Peter bunk with the Simpsons and make the Simpsons try to put up with Saint Peter, and that will be the end of the event. Alrighty, so that was the event. Let's do tasks and animations. So for William Shakespeare, we have throw exploding skulls for 60 minutes. So this will be him throwing skulls and then exploding. Force his work to be taught in schools for 4 hours. That could be at the elementary. Rewrite his plays for modern audiences. That could be the library. Write in lightning for 12. Sorry, write in lightning. So this will be him. He'll be on a typewriter with his little halo, you know, and then a bunch of, as he's writing, like lightning strikes come like hitting down at his typewriter, or I guess not typewriter, his quill and ink and paper or whatever. But like lightning will be like striking down as he's like, you know, jotting down his play or whatever. And then write plays for heaven for 24 hours. That will be at heaven if you own it. For Hortense, we have clean the escalator for 60 minutes. This will be the golden escalator. She'll be pretty much just cleaning it, I guess. Guard the escalator for 4 hours. That'll be at the escalator. Criticize family from above for 8 hours. That'll be at the escalator. Try fly for 12 hours. This will be an animation. She'll be trying to fly with her little angel wings, and she's not quite able to. And then repent for strangling for 24 hours. That'll be, I guess, the church. For St. Peter, we've got put locks on the gates for 60 minutes. So this will be him at the heavenly gates, and he'll be like panicking, like trying to put like a big ass padlock on the gate or something. You know, he's worried about like a demon or whatever getting back in. Talk improvements with God for 4 hours. That will be with God in heaven if you own him. Run heaven's gates for 8 hours. That will be at the gates. Send people to hell for 12 hours. So this will be an animation. He'll be sat at his little stand thingy, and some NPCs will walk up, and he'll be like, maybe he'll let one in. He'll open the gates and let one guy in, but then the other will come and he'll like pull the lever and send that guy right to hell. And I know it's like I always say about NPCs, but this is like the one time where I think actually I kind of would like some NPCs for his animation, just because it kind of like I just think that animation would be like really cool. You physically can't work without an NPC as all. And then check heaven's infrastructure for 24 hours. That will be at heaven, or I guess. For Steve Mobs, we have talk about Maple for 60 minutes. So it'll be him like in a chair with like a little MyPad there, you know, just talking to the audience. Maybe like showing off some products. Ignore tech complaints for 4 hours. That'll be at the HQ. Work on the new Maple phone from above. That will be at the Heaven HQ. Try to sell MyPads to angels. So this will be an animation outside the Heavenly HQ, or the Heaven HQ, whatever I called it. This one. He'll be outside this, and he'll have like a MyPad, and there'll be like a little angel NPC. Again, you could just reuse the angel NPCs that from like, you know, from the event, the Tappables. Reuse them, and basically he'll be like trying to sell an MyPad to them. And then allow kids to work off Maple bills for 24 hours. That will be anywhere, really. For Krishna, we have God Hindu Heaven for 60 minutes. This will be Krishna with showing off his powers, I guess. Maybe. He could like show off some powers, or maybe have like a sword or something like that. Catch up with Shiva for 4 hours. That will be with Shiva if you own Shiva. If not, then it won't be. Host a party in Hindu Heaven for 8 hours. That will be in Hindu Heaven. Hide away Hindu Heaven for 12 hours. So this will be Krishna outside of Hindu Heaven. And, you know, in the quest line, he can be, like, worried about, you know, people trying to slip into Hindu Heaven because they're more fun or whatever. So basically, he stands outside of Hindu Heaven and he does, like, a sort of, not a spell, but, you know, he uses, like, his powers and, like, he just makes Hindu Heaven disappear. It's just like vanished, basically, and that will be the animation. And then he like brings it back, and then it comes back. I think that could be like really cool to have like a character and building animation, like a combo, like, because normally we have one of them, but they're not like, you know, this one would actually like interact like properly with the building, you know, like making it disappear. So yeah, I don't know, I think that could be kind of cool. And then reject non-Hindus for 24 hours. That'll be the Hindu Heaven. For Golden Mirror, we have throw stars. I forget what they're called, but those like little metal sharp stars thingy. She throws one at Homer in the episode. She'll be there throwing them. Maybe she could throw them at some demons possibly, or she could just be throwing them separately. Shop at Always for Us for 4 hours. That'll be at Always for Us, of course. Watch a game. That'll be the Ebbets Field. Run for President in Heaven for 12 hours. So this will be her basically behind like a podium of some form, and she'll have like her white angel wings on, and she'll be like basically running for president. And then rally supporters for 24 hours. That will be at Heaven, or Jewish Heaven, I should say. For John Wayne, we have Invade Earth for 60 minutes. So just like the sleigh animations that we've recently got, this will be him on his white horse going across the game, like, going across your town kind of like diagonally, like he's flying in the air. Because in the episode, he kind of flies down from heaven on the horse. It's really silly, but, he's kind of like, he's died, he's gone to heaven, so he's got like that power, I guess. But yeah, he'll be like flying across the town on the horse. Plan a takeover of Heaven for 4 hours. That'll be at the Celebrity Heaven. Watch his movies from Heaven. Again, Celebrity Heaven. Prove he's still a sharp shot for 12 hours. This will be him walking around and, yeah, just shooting like a target or something. Or just like turning around, like pulling his gun quickly, drawing quickly and firing, something like that. And then mingle with other celebrities for 24 hours. That will be in Celebrity Heaven. For Elvis, we have Prove he's the King of Rock. This will be him singing, and then as he's singing, maybe like pulls a hip or pulls his back or something, hurts himself a little bit, and then carries on singing with a microphone. Lampoon current music stars for 4 hours. That could be anywhere really, any sort of store. Record a new album for 8 hours. Again, that could be. There is like a recording studio in the game. It could be there, but yeah, could be anywhere. Get bored of what's on TV for 12 hours. This is just a repeat of the Itchy and Scratchy thing, but he'll be sat down, there'll be something on TV, and then he'll just shoot the TV a few times. I know it's the Itchy and Scratchy thing, but why not? And then invite ladies to his house for 24 hours. That'll be at his exclusive Elvis house thingy. And then for Satan, we have Run Hell for 60 minutes. So this would be like a really comprehensive and I guess like difficult one, but presuming that this decoration could be like really, really big, I'd kind of want him just like walking around, just like checking it. Like some guy's getting tortured here, and he's like approving it, like yeah, very good job to this demon. And then like someone else is getting like burned, and maybe he like adds something to the fire, or maybe like he extinguishes it, like he has a fire extinguisher and extinguishes it. And then he goes to somewhere else, and like he takes like a whip maybe, and like whips the demon for doing a bad job or something. And then he like repeats and then goes to the first one, something like that. I think that could be like a really cool animation. So yeah, go on a date with Mod. Why not? We're gonna have that in there because it was a joke in one episode, so I think it could be kind of funny. Plot the next apocalypse for about 8 hours. That will be Hell. Show his power to Springfield for 12 hours. So this one's like again another comprehensive one. Basically, I want the devil, his big head, rising above Springfield, and kind of like, again, similar with the John Wayne one, he's like, possibly like, actually, this could be like a really cool idea. How about this? He like sets like during this animation, the devil, his head is like rising, kind of like across the screen, or maybe he is like on a cloud, like laughing maniacally as he's like the clouds kind of going across your screen. But also, all the water, all your lakes in Springfield are all on fire. Okay, that's a cool animation. That's what we're going with. All right. And then, sow his message into media for 24 hours. Why not? We've got to have that conspiracy in there. And then for Ahura Master, we got drunkenly argue he's right for 60 minutes. It'll be him walking around with some wine, basically arguing. Make Jesus turn more water into wine for 4 hours. That'll be him and Jesus at heaven. Run Heaven on God's vacation for 8 hours. That'll be the heaven or any heavenly building you own. Try to increase Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrian? I can never say that word. Zoroastrian numbers. I had to write an essay once about Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism. I still don't know how to say it properly. I probably should search it. Anyway, that'll be him basically trying to recruit people in Springfield with his little clipboard. I don't know if you can join Zoroastrianism. I don't know if you can, but whatever. And then meet up with other deities for 24 hours. That'll be at heaven for 24 hours. So, that is my heaven event. Hope you enjoyed. like I said, I've like really enjoyed doing this Heaven event. I'm actually quite happy with this. I think it's pretty solid. There's a lot of really cool characters in here for sure, and yeah, cool buildings as well. I think it's a good theme. I like the Hell theme. I think it was really cool. So it's cool to do a Heaven one, and then tie in also this version of the Devil as well. So yeah, tell me your thoughts on this event. Did you like it? Do you like it? And make sure to head over to the Discord to vote for which I think mini event that I'm going to be doing next. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.